Well, hello and welcome back to Off the Tracks, and today it's time for another installment of Ride It, Pie It or Top 5 It. And I'm Lee, and I'm joined by none other than CoasterDan.
Hello and welcome to Ride It, Pie or Top 5 It. And with this incredible episode, this is where we rank a ride or a coaster in a three-tier system. For example, riding it means an incredible ride. It's good. You know, I'll queue for no more than 10-15 minutes tops. Obviously, pieing it means absolutely awful. It's dog crap. It's no. Just no. I'm not riding it. Obviously, top 5 in it means absolutely incredible. Ride this thing all day long. So, today, Lee, what ride are we reviewing today?
Well, it is one fresh in our memory, I must say. It's one that we've experienced recently, and it's only actually open this year. It is Storm Chaser at Paultons Park.
Oh my gosh.
A ride.
Oh my gosh, like straight away. Obviously, like you said, Lee, opened this year. It should have opened in May 20th.
Last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, the concept plans and all that was happening in 2019, saying this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a MACK spinning coaster.
Yeah, it's the first sort of extreme spinner from MACK that we've had in the country. And for me, I was not disappointed at all. Thought it was absolutely awesome ride. The visuals as well, like you said, the theming and stuff. My God, looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
It does, but what made me laugh, the fact of when we were checking out the height restrictions for it all, it's like 1 meter. And this thing hits a speed of 36 miles an hour. Not that, it's the fact of it hits 3.2 Gs.
I mean, that downward helix that we experienced, there was me, you, Chris, I think a couple of other lads. Yeah, we were all like looking at each other during this helix, like, what is going on? It's never ending. Amazing.
So straight away, looking at it visually, off-ride looks absolutely incredible, like you said, mate. Doesn't look that fast, and you know, and it's a kiddie ride. Let's be honest, it's in Paultons Park, and it is a 1 meter ride. So you're looking at it, it's not going to be no retour or stealth or anything. But when you're on it,
it's hard to see
my
the difference,
gosh,
isn't it? It's hard to see the difference in that and like a 1.4. The intensity's there. It doesn't feel slow or sluggish by any means, does it? It feels really snappy.
Absolutely not. With
the spinning cars, you get a different ride every time. Like, I couldn't tell you, one part of the ride that lags, like drags on or anything. It's just fantastic. What a ride. The
queue line itself, Lee, they've got a full-on tractor in the queue line.
They just spared no expense. The whole area, through the main queue line, it's fantastic. Like you said, full-size tractor. There's another tractor next door over by the windmill towers. There's one just sort of in the queue line there. The whole area is awesome. Leading up to it as well, what I like is all the pavements are like roads with junctions, and it is just cool, man. What a place.
It is. And then obviously you're heading towards the station, which is obviously like is it like a barn? I don't know what it kind of.
Yeah, it's like an old barn, like an American style.
Yeah.
Farm.
And then obviously it holds 2 trains. The ride does holds, I think it's 16 people, I think it is, per train it does. So it whaps out these, I think it's like 1,000 people it does in an hour. So, the throughputs are quite impressive on that. But straight away, you're going up the chain lift, Lee, and then what happens then, mate?
Yeah, it just kind of hits you in the face a little bit, doesn't it? Like you take a pretty, what looks like a calm kind of first little meander, but not the case because of the spinning cars. Obviously, it just adds so much fun to it. It kind of purposely spins you a little bit at the start, and then you hit that first major drop, and it just class, man. I was so surprised by how good it was.
I must say, when I saw it off-ride, and there's a bit in it, I think it's near the beginning, when it kind of goes down, and then it kind of comes round, and then it goes up again. Yeah. And it goes kind of really slow, and then all of a sudden, like you said, you hit that down heel. Oh my gosh. And that's where it obviously hits the 3.2 Gs, and this thing is friggin'. And I love the fact of it's like a tornado. You're going like a tornado, which is really clever.
Part of the theming is the guy, there's some doctor or whatever he is, and he's kind of speaking to you through the queue line. I was too excited to take it all in at the time, but he's designed this contraption that we're going to enter to ride the storm. So that's kind of what that Storm Chaser, you're chasing the tornadoes. So that's what it is. Yeah, you get the pod that you sit in is actually flying around the tornado. So it's clever. It's clever.
But yeah, this thing is amazing. I mean, the operations on it as well are absolutely insane. I mean, they are whacking these rides out, and I have to say, like, if you was queuing up for quite a while on that ride, there's no doubt about it that you wouldn't mind queuing up because like I said, the queue line is all indoors. It's amazing theming in there, and it's very cool, and it's very shaded as well. So if it's chucking it down with rain, you're dry, and if it's hot, you're in the shade. So yeah,
some great views for the coaster as well. You know, you get like little windows cut out of the barn that you're queuing in, because there's like two separate kind of barns, isn't there? There's a main one that you're queuing, and then also the station building, and the views are really good. It kind of gets you excited about the ride. But we didn't get a chance to look at it. I think 5 or 10 minute queue max.
We're just queuing. We're just literally riding it. So Lee, if anything, is there anything that you found a bit disappointing in it? Would you say?
To be fair, for once, no. I was way overwhelmed by it. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good. I didn't think the layout looked that great from what I saw, because I hadn't seen it all. I tried not to watch any sort of spoilers or POVs, and I was way overwhelmed. Thought the whole theming looked better than I thought it would. The ride was better than I thought it would, and it honestly blew me away.
Yeah, I think it's one of them things, because we didn't know much about it, so our expectations were never this high.
I don't feel like they rammed it down anyone's throat, did they? It wasn't over marketed necessarily, you know. So I think that maybe helped, kept it a little bit of a secret.
But I do like the fact of in the station that they do have the same baggage storage area, a bit like Icon.
Yeah,
with the whole like absolutely
very
insane. Cool. Now this thing, height-wise, tall, okay, just about.
Yeah, I think it's 20 meters. Is it 20 meters high?
Something like that. Yeah.
0.5 meters. I mean, it's not something that's going to intimidate like the big one, or something like that you kind of look up at and think, geez. Yeah. But again, it's not made for that, is it? I think it's for me, it's a great way of getting the younger enthusiasts or the younger thrill seekers not scared of coasters, and to get, because it's a pretty big thing to look at if you're a kid, especially.
Absolutely.
It's a good size, and yeah, I think that the intensity of it, if you do that, then you'll have no problem with Icon.
I just couldn't believe it coming off when we hit that down. I know we keep going on about it, but that helix, oh my gosh, I have never felt so much G's on a junior or family coaster.
It just seems to never end, doesn't it? The sustained G's.
So I just want to, before we actually vote this one, I just need to know, would you say it's a family coaster or a thrill coaster?
Yeah, I think that's the tough thing. I mean, it is a MACK Extreme spinner. That is the model, the coaster model. Or is it a steel spinning coaster? But still, it's basically, that's what I've always known it as, a MACK Extreme spinner, and it didn't disappoint. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have took Zave at 4 on there. You know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't. Like, I think there's a fine line between family and thrill, and that's definitely tightrope walking it, isn't it?
I'm going to say a thrill. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. Do you know what, guys? Let us know in the comments below. Would you think if you've been on it, that is, would you say it's a thrill, or would you say it's a family coaster? Yeah. Because I think
there were 4 adults absolutely loving it when we went on. There were me, you, and Chris, and we were all just like really good fun though.
I think it's a fantastic addition to the park. I don't think it needed it, because it's a pretty park anyway, regardless. And I just think just adding that onto it makes it even more better.
Another box, didn't it, for us?
Absolutely. So go on then, Lee. So I think it's time that we rated this sucker. So your verdict, Lee. What are you going to do?
See, it's a tough one, because like I said, I can't praise it enough, and I can't find anything wrong with it. It is fantastic, but with it being more marketed to a younger audience, it doesn't quite scrape top 5 for me. So it's going to be a very positive ride. Very positive though. Like, I mean, it couldn't get any. It's at the top end of ride it, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Lee? I thought you were gonna top 5 it, mate. I genuinely thought you were.
Literally, the only reason I'm not going to is because for me, top 5, it's got to have absolutely. So like Nemesis, for instance, got a top 5. It's the theming goes toe to toe, and all that stuff. But it's like I said, it is more of a family-ish coaster. Yeah. It's not quite got, it doesn't pack the punch that Nemesis does, and there's no inversions, and I'm an inversion addict. So
I know. Well, I'm going to top 5 this bad boy.
Nice. I wouldn't be mad at you at all.
I think it's for what it is. I think it's an absolute incredible investment. Like I said before, for the park. I think for a family or a junior, I wouldn't say junior coaster, a family coaster hitting mark of a thrill coaster. It's what it needed. I love it to pieces. I love the theming and the queue line. I'm loving the trains as well. I'm loving the layout. That helix is ridiculously intense. Hitting 3.2 Gs on a 1 meter ride, mate. It's just like, what is going on? But that's what I love.
Beautiful ride to look at as well, isn't it? Like I said, the whole area, sat in the whole park. It's just spot on.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Guys, let us know. Would you ride it pie or top 5 it? We would love to. We'd love to know, guys. Don't forget you can follow us on our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon every time we upload a new video. You will be notified. So I'm Dan,
and I'm Lee,
and thanks for watching. And as always, happy riding. See you in the next one. Yeah, let's talk about spring break. Spring break. I'm gone, mate. I've had it, mate. Done it, mate. Right. Talk about it, man.
So basically, right, we went to Tornado Springs and it was pretty decent, wasn't it?